Welcome to the Creating Wealth Podcast, where Kyle Curtin takes you on an extraordinary journey alongside renowned multifamily real estate sponsors and syndication experts from every corner of the United States. We teach you how to harness the power of passive real estate investing and witness the transformation of your wealth building strategy. Let's create wealth together.
When we first started, we did original deals with me and Liz's money and with immediate family, like my parents and her mom and dad. What they did was they weren't like independently wealthy and just gave us millions of dollars to go put to work in real estate. They had their primary residence was paid off, right? Because they're older and they had just done the right thing, done what the American dream or what a lot of the financial gurus and Dave Ramsey and Sue Zorman tell you to do: pay your house off, right? So they abide by those rules, send a little extra to the bank each month, and pay their houses off. And so they had free and clear real estate, which allowed us to put a small line of credit on those houses that enabled us to get going. Now, we made the monthly payments. But that house was a guarantor for our line of credit. And I think you can still do this. I'm not sure if you can or not, but this is a while ago. We built a portfolio of about 30 units with those lines of credit and with our own cash too, and you did do the Burr strategy, yet another strategy we did before it had a cool name like that. I just thought it was buying properties and then refinancing them, but the Burr, it's a way better name than we had for it. So we did all that, and got up to about 30 units. And then my wife was talking to somebody she went to college with, talking to him about what we were up to in our businesses. And I had her full-time day job and I was running, our company. And he says the magic words to her, which is, geez, real estate investing. That sounds so cool. I wish I could do that too. I just don't have the time. Right. Cause this guy that she went to college with is now a financial planner on Wall Street and working 80 hours a week, just printing money, making lots and lots of money for himself, but, working 78 hours a week to keep it going, to keep the magic going. Right. Golden handcuffs. Right. So, and a lot of people that are wearing golden handcuffs in life are the best investors for people like you and me, because they want to do what you and I do. They read Rich Dad Poor Dad. They're aware that there's another way, but they just don't have the time. And so me and this person sat down when I took the train up to Manhattan, got coffee with him. And he was just like, well, I told him what you were up to. And he goes, well, what if I give you 50K? And I was like, you're right. That's a good question. What if you did give me 50K? Right. Let's discuss that further about what that would look like. Right. And he said, what if I give you 50K if you find a deal? And I said, great. Okay. So I went back, called a local wholesaler buddy of mine, and I said, hey, I need a deal. And so he found, this is right after the crash, right? So right after the 2008 crash, it was like 2009 when things were starting to put themselves back together. And we found two townhomes that were bank-owned foreclosures that this wholesaler found for me, bought them for $25K a piece, right? Now, this is back in the day. Bought them for $25K a piece. Put another $25K a piece into them in renovations. So it was all in for $100K, rented each of them out for $950 a month. So my all-in exposure was $50K, rented out for $950. So pretty much the 2% rule, right? Which is just isn't unheard of in these days. You don't see that anymore. But you also couldn't get a loan on those properties as well because banks just weren't lending back then. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, right? So that was our first deal. And then I refinanced those properties, was able to free up my investors' equity back, paid off the hard money loan that I had as well for the additional money, none of my own money. So refinanced it. And this financial planner from New York says, man, this is amazing. Let's do that again. And then he starts telling a few of his clients about me. Right. Not, he did not, he was smart. He didn't just go and pick up a megaphone and start shouting into it to all of his clients, say, hey, forget about Wall Street. Come invest with Matt, who's flipping houses down in Trenton, New Jersey. Let's all do that. He told one of his clients initially, and then one more about this guy in Trenton that was doing some good work for him. And me and this guy were able to raise a couple $100K over time to get work done. So this wasn't like this game changer Manhattan guy that just raised me millions or whatever. He was my first partner that was able to expand with.
That's a wrap for today's episode. We want to thank you for being a valued listener of the Creating Wealth Podcast. Make sure to visit www.creatingwealth.com to connect with us. Dive into our ever-expanding library of informative blogs. Get access to our private investor portal and explore a wide range of additional valuable resources. Stay tuned for our next episode as we continue to create wealth together.